Hi guys, welcome to Golf on Camera. This is my first sort of one-to-one interview that I've sort of done on YouTube. I've done lots of videos on Instagram and that on the golf course, but this is my first video off the golf course. You have to bear with me, I'm a little bit nervous. Just talking to a camera is sort of the first time I've done it. Thought a good way to kick this off would be for you to kind of find out who I am, because I've always gone by the name of Golf on Camera. I haven't really put my name out there except for a couple of people. I've met so many different people on Instagram and all sorts of social media and that over the last sort of 13 months. I mean, I only started a Golf on Camera page in sort of January 2015, and it's just grown and grown and grown. The reason I started to do my Golf on Camera page was because I just felt that people on my personal Instagram just didn't like all my golf posts. I mean, a lot of them aren't really interested in golf. So I started up my own golf page, called it Golf on Camera. I thought it was a really good name. It wasn't taken. Yeah, I started playing golf when I was sort of 14, about 14 years ago now. So I've been playing golf half my life now. Fell in love with the sport as soon as I started playing it. I used to play a lot of football and a lot of cricket, and I was fed up with playing team sports. And my dad just said, "Well, why don't you go and play golf?" Took it up, absolutely loved it. He got me a membership at Moatlands, as it was then, and it was a great golf course, Paddockwood in Kent. Great golf course. Unfortunately, it's closed now. Closed in sort of 2008. Got my first handicap at 14 of 23. Literally didn't even know what that meant. It was just going out and whacking a ball, just learning to play golf, trying to love the game. Was loving the game. Played in my first Junior Open when I was 15 of 23. Went round, shot 9 over, shot a net 54 around Poltwood. Like I said, I didn't even know what it meant. Got back in the clubhouse and my dad come over and he was like, "You must have played really well." He's called me a bandit. I said, "I don't even know what it means, Dad." Won that by 4 shots, and that sort of kick-started my sort of golfing career as such, I suppose, because I sort of believed that I was good enough. I mean, I won a trophy in my first event. Thought, oh, must be good enough to play this game. So quickly got down. By the time I was 16, I was down to 7. And my mum and dad were really good. My dad got me straight into a golf college. I went to the Sports Academy over in Essex. Used to play at Channels, which was a really another good golf course. Spent a year at the Sports Academy. Loved it. Met some really nice people there. Met some great kids. And being 16, living away for the first time, taught me a lot about how to sort of cope on my own. After a year I left there and I changed and I went to the golf college over at Sweetwoods. You might have seen some of my videos with Matt, who's the head pro over there now. Me and him were in the same year, where I had 3 years there, I think. We had 2 years at Sweetwoods and 1 year at Lingfield Golf Club, L-I-N-G Field Golf Club. No, L-I-N-D Field Golf Club. Where it is now, run by Paul Lyons. Great coach at the time. I haven't spoke to him in quite a while. I really should go over and see him. I met Pete Cohen when I was there, who was the psychologist for Ronnie O'Sullivan around that sort of time, maybe just before. And he is behind a lot of sort of my Instagram posts, sort of my, not inspirational quotes, but sort of quotes that make you think about golf in a different way. When I went there, I was sort of 17, 18. Didn't think I was the business. Thought I'm pretty good at this game. Truth was, really wasn't. Used to get the ump when I used to play badly. And Pete was a big part of making me think about golf in a different way. And I think he really helped me to kind of understand that playing badly is okay at times, and the more you beat yourself up, the worse you're going to make it for yourself. I mean, I find it so easy to to find people now when I play with people for the first time, or even if I play with them for a long time. I can pick it up so easily about how they might not even say anything, but I can just see how they're beating themselves up so much inside that what they do afterwards, what they do after the shot, it doesn't really matter, because by the time they get to the next one, they're still thinking about it, what's happened. So I've got to thank Pete Cohen a lot for the way I am now on a golf course, I suppose. Like I say, I spent sort of 3 years there. Great college. I recommend it to anyone. Still runs now, very successfully as far as I know. Then after that, I went and I started my PGA. Got a job in a shop in a driving range over at Thamesmead by the Dartford Crossing in Kent. It was okay. It was a job. The people there were okay. Wasn't the greatest of customers, I'd say. And after a year, I just realised that the PGA wasn't for me. I just didn't really, whether it was the driving range or whether it was the actual job, I just realised that it really wasn't for me at that time. So I left there after a year, and then after that I went and played some small tour stuff. My old man was good enough to lend me some money. Well, not lend me, he paid for me to go on some small tours. So I joined the Jamaica tour, which is just a small little tour. It was like £200 to enter the events. Done okay, not great. Felt a lot of pressure. I don't know why. I just felt like a lot of pressure to. I don't really know what's the word, because my dad never put me under a lot of pressure, but I felt pressure that because he was paying out that money, that I needed to sort of pay him back or make it look like his money was worth paying. Had a couple of top 20s, was really happy. I come tied 20th in one event and got 30 quid. But it was 30 quid, it was my first paycheck as a pro, was reasonably happy. But the problem is that although it's £200 for the event, £300 for the travel and all that, and you look at that and you think, well, I've lost 470 quid in one event. But I've done that, and then one of my mate's dads, Dave, he just turned up on my door one day with a cheque which paid for my second year. And I don't really think I'll be able to repay him as much, because that just gave me the chance to have another crack at it and just see how I was. Like I say, it was such a nice gesture on his part. Didn't have to do it, I didn't even ask for it. He just saw how much I was practicing and playing at the time. I was a member at London Club where they had the European Open. That was a great golf course. Met a really good friend of mine, Dan Hills, there. And still friends now, still get to go and play. I think he's a member at Kings Hill and numerous other places. I've never known someone to be a member of so many golf clubs in all my life. But he just knew how much I was practicing, and he just turned up one day with a cheque. And I don't think anything's ever come close to that feeling, because it just made me appreciate that people noticed what I was trying to do, and how they could help me. So it was a massive thanks to Dave for doing that. After the second year, obviously I couldn't go back and I couldn't ask for more money from my mum and dad, and sort of the funds run dry. So then I spent a year just sort of not playing in anything. I was still a member at the London Club, and I was just sort of practicing and playing, but not because I wasn't an amateur. I couldn't play in any events, couldn't afford to go and play in pro events. So decided then I needed a job. Lou, who's the house and bar manager at Lambhurst Golf Club, offered me a job straight away. She said, look, I need some bar staff, some casual stuff. So I went there, started doing some casual work with her, and as time progressed, some staff left, and I got a job as her assistant. So I worked behind the bar at Lambhurst for sort of 2 or 3 years, and due to that I sort of left the London Club, because it just made no sense working there and then driving miles away to go and to go and play and practice. Sorry. So I ended up joining Lamberhurst as a pro at the time. When I went there, it was quite strange because I never told anyone that I even played golf. I just worked behind the bar. I didn't tell anyone who I was, what I did. A bit like my golf on camera. I've never been someone that's sort of flamboyant about how good I am at golf, who I am. I just sort of let people find out for themselves and let them make their own opinions. But after sort of a year, I decided I needed to turn back amateur, so I joined Lamberhurst, and Lamberhurst were great. They just welcomed me in. But working at the golf club for a year, working behind the bar, obviously you get to meet so many people that by the time I joined, there was people offering to be my doubles partner. People wanted me to play in the teams, and I think that's a really good way. If you're young and you haven't got a job and you want to get involved with a golf club, maybe just do some casual work behind the bar or do some casual work at a golf club, because what that gives you is you get to meet people before they get the chance to make their opinions on the golf course. Because a lot of people, I've probably done it a few times, you meet someone on the golf course and you automatically make a decision on whether you like them or not. But if you're working behind the bar, they're forced. I say forced, they're sort of forced to talk to you, and I think I made a lot of good friends before becoming a member just by talking to people, and like I said, I didn't even know I played golf. So I think if you're young and you need a job, I don't think you can go wrong with working at a golf club, even if it's not in shot, even if it's just in the bar or a waiter, but you have to put yourself out to talk to people. So yeah, started playing at Lamberhurst, really enjoyed it. Didn't used to like the golf course, but I've learned to love it now. It's a great golf course in the summer. It's got brilliant greens, it's in great condition, and I enjoy people coming down and playing in it as my guests, because they're always very complimentary of it. It's a great club, and the clubhouse has a great atmosphere in it. I mean, whenever you go in there, there's always people chatting, everyone knows each other, and it's a great club to be involved in. So that kind of brings you up to where I am today. I'm going to do another video after this of sort of my goals for 2016. I've got so much planned. The last 12 months, like I say, it's just sort of been a whirlwind of talking to people, getting my page sort of noticed around, making some really good friends that I talk to on a daily basis, but also people that I've played golf with, that have become friends, also their friends that have followed me on my page are now getting more involved with me, and want to be part of what's happening in 2016, which is really good news for me, because like I say, it's never been about me, never been about showing off how good I am at golf. I think I'm pretty average. I mean, I'm playing off 3. I've gone up a couple of shots last year. I'm playing off 3. I still see myself as sort of an average golfer. I have more bad rounds than I do good. I'm probably better than most from tee to green, but I'd say around the greens and that I'm pretty average. So there's a good chance for me. I think this page has helped me to sort of concentrate and try and get my game back up to how it was when I turned pro, because I used to be okay from tee to green and really good around the greens, but it's sort of reversed since I stopped practicing. So like I say, that's me. My name's Michael. I should have said that at the start when I introduced myself. My name's Michael. Like I say, on Instagram, Facebook, even comment below. Remember to subscribe to this channel. Just comment below. I'm so easygoing. I like to talk to lots of people, like, even if it's not about golf. If you just want to have a chat, I've got loads of experience on sort of my journey through golf, because I've gone into the pro ranks and come back out the pro ranks, of how to adapt back into sort of amateur golf, or how you think you should go about going from amateur into the pro ranks. So give me a shout, follow me on all my social medias, and I hope to hear you guys soon. Okay, thanks for letting me talk to you.